up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. If this is your first time here, over here we are the Night Owls. If you have not hit that subscribe button, I want you to go ahead and do that right now and turn on your notification bell so you're notified when I post another video. But just know, keep in mind that over here, this is an acquired taste. You know what I'm saying? This ain't for everybody. This is a channel where I talk about celebrity news and gossip and give my opinion on trending stories. I'm a woman who has a website as well. I sell lingerie, adult toys, sexy pajamas, and I even got stuff for going out to the club, you know, nighttime wear, all of those goodies for you as well. You can find this along with a whole bunch of other new goodies. You can find this at www.neekatnight.com. I got everything down. Okay. Make sure you hit the like button and make sure, most importantly, that you're subscribed, because that's how you're going to be able to chat on this live. You gotta be subscribed. Okay. I'm just going to do a live video and we're gonna get this done, and it's gonna be bada bing, bada boom. Hey, what's up? Hey, y'all. So tonight we have a very special guest. We have the lead attorney who is going to be joining us live and talking about this whole entire mess of a case and the aftermath. So we want to welcome the lead attorney on, and we want him to, I guess, introduce yourself and let people know a little bit about yourself if they're not aware of your channel.
Hey guys, yes. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Awesome. I am the lead attorney. I am a 20-year attorney here in Atlanta, Georgia. The place where this whole Cardi B, Tasha K situation or trial, let's say, took place. I think. Well, I know Cardi B has a house down here. Also, Tasha K lives right down the street, so we're all kind of local. And my channel is kind of dedicated to giving information, giving the legal perspective on cases and things that are happening in current events. And then I also have a side where I try to help people start a YouTube channel. So I have another channel about that, excuse me, and Patreon, and I try to help people start their channons.
Okay.
Getting over a little cold, so you have to forgive me.
I gotta block you from the street. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's basically killing it and on fire, you guys, on YouTube, and bringing in the big coins, honey. Bringing in the big coins. So, if you guys are watching, please make sure to share the live. We know the train wreck is happening over on that channel right now, so be sure to share the live and let all of the Night Owls know that we are live, and make sure to hit the like button. Now, before we jump into this, the woman who is at the center of this case, who was the first woman to, you know, talk about this, she has now spoke up since the trial, and she is basically saying that she feels as though she was set up. We'll play a little bit of that a little bit later, but first we're going to talk to the lead attorney. I'm going to first get your input on how was the courtroom while you were inside? Because I know a couple days you kind of set in and kind of got a perspective from your end. Can you explain and walk us through some of the things that you witnessed, and just, you know, we'll go from there.
Yeah, I sat in maybe 3 or 4 days, and everything was pretty relaxed. It was pretty calm. There weren't a lot of people in the courtroom. I saw Tasha K testify. Maybe I think I saw her husband testify. Then I saw some of the closing arguments as well. So everything was pretty relaxed. Everything was pretty subdued. But the interesting thing was listening to Tasha K testify. She told a lot of untruths, and I learned a lot about her channel. I'm not subscribed to her, but I didn't know how she misrepresented things to her viewers, and I'm not sure her viewers know that either. You know, she's pretty renowned. She has a million subscribers. It's very difficult to get a million subscribers on YouTube. It's difficult to get 100,000, to be honest. And so to get a million, excuse me, it's a tremendous feat. So the fact that she was, just to put it bluntly, she was lying so much to her viewers, not even considering lying to the jury and the judge. That was, to me, the most interesting or unexpected thing out of the whole trial.
Okay. What do you say to the comment that she made afterwards where she said that she never lied on the stand and that um people like you and other people who are reporting that is not telling the truth?
Yes. I mean, this is a lie. All right. The judge even stopped the proceedings one time just to kind of clear up, just to kind of make sure she was lying. And then when the judge made sure that, yeah, what she was saying in real time was a lie, he kind of looked at Cardi B's attorney and was like, what do you want me to do? You just up here lying,
Right. Can you
right?
tell us about how her husband testified one thing and then when she got on the stand what she said?
Yes, there was a lot of inconsistencies between what her husband was saying and what she was saying. And it seemed like they couldn't get their story straight about who had access to what, about who was the president of what, who was the owner of what business. And they consistently said that the other person was lying. So Tasha K would say, oh, well, I don't have access to this email account, only my husband. And then the husband would get up on the stand and say that no, she had access to. And so the prosecutor, the Cardi B's attorneys would say, "So was your wife lying? Was Tasha K lying? Yeah, she was lying." I mean, it was stuff like that where they
Wow.
didn't know what was going on. They hadn't talked about it apparently, and there were numerous inconsistencies like that. I mean, it was such a crazy trial, especially because the judge had already told them not to go to trial in the first place, that they were going to lose. The judge saw this train wreck coming years ago, but for some reason Tasha didn't want to settle.
All right. Let's talk about this post that you posted on your Instagram where she says, my legal team, Olga and Sabak, is the top 40 under 40. Hungry and Jewish. The Jews understand what it's like to be black and oppressed. Never lost a case. Litigation is what they do. Countersuit coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So she posted this and she said, oh, the Jews know, they understand the assignment and they never lost a case. And then she got up on her page after she lost and made her statement. And she claimed that she was just doing this for the people and that she knew she was going to lose. But over here, she says that they never lose. So it's like,
Exactly.
what?
Yeah, it's super weird. you know, as a 20-year attorney, one of the things that stands out about this to me is the words young and the words hungry. All right. If you have a lot of money, you don't want your attorneys to be either of those words. If you have a lot of money, you do not want your attorney to be young. The younger your attorney, generally speaking, the less that attorney knows, because the less experience that attorney usually has. When we graduate from law school at 25 years old or whatever, we don't know anything. I mean, we start pretty much with a blank slate and we're learning year after year after year. You probably don't even get good until like year 10. Right? Year 10 is when you finally it's like, okay, all right, I'm getting it now. And then by year 15 and 20, you're rocking and rolling. If I had all of Tasha K's money, or if Cardi B was suing me, the last type of attorney I would be looking for is a young attorney. All right. But put that aside for a second. What's even worse is that they're hungry. Let me tell you something. If Cardi B is coming after you, the last thing you want are hungry attorneys on your side. I don't know how she thinks that sounds to the regular folks, but to attorneys, that's a disaster. You want your attorneys calm, you want your attorneys well fed, you want your attorneys relaxed. You don't want an attorney, oh, where's my next client going to be? Where's my next meal coming from?
Right.
And again, hungry attorneys are usually the young attorneys. Hungry attorneys are either young attorneys or they're bad attorneys, right? Usually, if an attorney has a lot of experience and a lot of money, you would not classify them as hungry. Aggressive, maybe. There are some very rich attorneys who are aggressive. I don't know any that are hungry. I don't know any hungry attorneys, to be honest. None of my friends are hungry, but that's because my friends. I mean, we've all got so many years of experience as attorneys. So to me, to brag about your attorneys being young and hungry, as an attorney, to me that's an insult. If my client got made a post and said, oh, the lead is young, well, I ain't young, right, but oh, the lead is hungry, I'd be like, you better take that post down. You better take it
Right.
down. What are you doing to me? Right? So, and you saw how it all played out. It played out like they were young and hungry. The judge had to admonish Olga numerous times about not knowing the federal court rules. And you ask yourself, why did they get involved in the case in the first place? On their website, they brag about that they are criminal defense attorneys and they love to practice criminal law and they can't imagine doing anything else. But here they are in a defamation suit. So you say, wow, you say you love to do this, but you're doing the opposite. You say you'll never go over here, and now over here you are. What's the motivation? What is the motivation for you to be so far from home, so far from your knowledge base? Oh, maybe it's because you're hungry, right? I mean, it just to me it's bewildering. It's bewildering. And what most people don't appreciate is how big of an ethical violation this is. Tasha K is a very easy person to dislike because of all the things that she has said. And it's really hard to justify it all without seeming completely biased. And I'm just gonna ride with Tasha K no matter what she says, fine. Some people are on that.
Mhm.
But a lot of people don't want to place the blame where I really place it, which is with Olga, at least in terms of the trial.
But
Because
this is
Olga,
somebody that she bragged about. She said that they're winners. So I mean, can you really blame Olga? Because Tasha K sitting there bragging about it and saying, I'm with the winning team.
yeah, here's the thing, and this is what most people don't pick up. You know, if you come into my office, Neek, I don't view us as co-equals. Like you are coming into my office for a service and you're going to pay me a lot of money. And you're going to pay me money because of the knowledge that I have. So I don't put your knowledge and my knowledge on the same playing field, right? I mean, attorney client relationship, the balance of power is well established and it's with me, all right? And I don't want to compare it to a parent child type of thing, but I'm going to give you advice. And you're paying me a lot of money. You should probably listen to it. I'm the one that's kind of making the decisions. And Neat, the way the ethical rules are set up, you can come to me with $1 million, but there's nothing you can do to force me to take your case. Right? The ball is in my court, and I decide whether I take the case or not. And because the practice of law is a profession, because there are ethics in it, we have obligations to you. And no matter what you say, no matter what you post, no matter what you do, we should not put ourselves in a position where we're in federal court in a case worth millions of dollars against a superstar and we don't know what the hell is going on. And that's what no one can really understand if you're not an attorney. Every single attorney will see this case exactly like I see it. But regular people, you think, oh, well, Tasha K paid him, so it's Tasha K's fault. You can walk in there with $1 billion. No attorney should take the case if they're not competent to take the case. That's the issue.
Mhm. So there was a lot of stuff going on and she taunted her for some time. Did the fact that she told Cardi B that she wanted to for both of them to leave their husbands so that they can marry each other, did that come up in any of the proceedings when you were there?
When I was there, no, there was a lot of stuff going on, but when I was there, I didn't hear that.
Oh, wait, no, this is the wrong one. This one right here. So she said at the bottom where the arrow is, she says, "Now, Cardi, let's leave our husbands and get married and live happily ever after." That never came up.
Not when I was there. I don't understand the context of that.
So basically, she had posted a fake story, and then I guess a blog by the name of That's So Beyonce had posted a fake story, and she reposted it, I guess trying to be funny. And then she's like, "Well, how did Cardi know within 3 minutes that I posted this fake story, whatever?" And then so that's what she's saying here. And then at the in the caption, she's saying they should leave their husbands and live happily ever after.
I don't know. I've never seen that before. I do know when I was there, they were talking about Tasha K was talking about how she does real news and she does fake news, and apparently there's no distinction. And if she can talk about something and earn money, that's what she'll do. Right. And that's weird to me because at some point she was calling herself a journalist, but journalists don't push out fake news, right? And
Right.
at least not good ones. So, yeah, it was such a crazy trial. The judge never wanted it to happen. I'm not sure if Tasha's attorneys wanted it to happen. It never should have gotten to where it got. And the result was clear. I mean, and the judge told Tasha K the result last year. The judge told Tasha K she's probably going to lose. The judge said, "Listen, I've seen the evidence in this case." This was like back in March or April of last year, like a year ago. The
Mhm.
judge said, "You're done. What are you doing? Settle this case." And she didn't want to settle.
What did you think about her response where she said, um, she knew she was gonna lose and she's doing this for the people. She's gonna take it to the Supreme Court if she has to. And she was basically still defaming Cardi by still calling her a prostitute.
Yeah. And you saw that even on the stand. She doubled down in every instant. She never showed that she was contrite, never showed that she was remorseful, never showed that she was apologetic. I mean, she's been consistent throughout this whole trial. It's like, I am who I am. I'm not bending an inch. So she never gave Cardi an inch, never an indication that she felt even slightly bad.
Right. But how would this favor for her going forward? Because from my understanding, there's still things to decide in the case in March or something like that. And
Yeah.
so for her, half of her statement, she's saying that the judge, she knew that they would basically not run a fair trial, and she's basically calling him, I'm not sure the word I'm looking for, but basically like a corrupt paid off judge. And then at the end, she says that she has respect for the court and that that's the reason why she took the videos down in good faith. But it's like, how can in one sentence you say that the judge is corrupt and then on the next sentence say that you did this in good faith and then think that they're not going to see this and how can this, like, fair for her?
Yeah. I mean, you're asking how can it make sense? Right. And it doesn't. She was saying over and over, excuse me, she would excuse me, she would never take these videos down until the white people told her to take them down. Now, interestingly enough, no white person has told her to take these videos down. That's what the hearing is supposed to be in February or March. Any injunctions to see what's going to happen with these videos. No one told her to take the videos down. She just took them down by herself. Now the question is, if you can take them down by yourself now, why couldn't you take them down before you were ordered to pay almost $4 million? Right? None of this stuff makes sense. You're going to get ordered to take them down most likely in February or March. Why are you doing it now? Well, you're
Right.
doing it because you say you respect the court, but then you turn around and talk about basically how corrupt everything is. So yeah, it doesn't make any sense, Nate.
And then she said that they were trying to bankrupt her or, like, drain her, and she basically was telling them, like, "Y'all thought y'all did something and you didn't."
Yeah, I might believe that though. I think Tasha K got money. I know people don't want to hear it, but if you do YouTube right, you can make so much money. You
But
can make so much money.
if she ain't handling her finances right, what makes you think that she's I don't know, like wouldn't you think she would have like her taxes in order and all of these things in order if she was doing well with her finances?
No, no. Any CPA, any financial planner will tell you that people who have small businesses can make so much money and their finances are a wreck. They are an absolute wreck. Any accountant will tell you that. Any tax attorney will tell you that. There are companies, mom and pop companies, making two, three, $400,000 a month. They don't do their taxes right. They don't have the proper paperwork. They don't know what they're doing. They know what to do to get the money, but they don't know what to do once they have the money. They don't know how to pay taxes on it. They don't know how to structure their business organization. They don't know how to do anything, right? A lot of times people hire managers and tax accountants, and the managers are stealing from them and they don't watch their money. A lot of athletes fall into this. You would say, Nick, oh, this athlete is making, $10 million a year. Of course, he knows how to file his taxes, right? No, he knows how to run, right? Just Tasha K can easily be making over $1 million a year. You say, oh, well, Tasha K's making $1 million a year. How is she supposed to make all that if she doesn't know how to handle her money? No, she knows how to talk, and the talking brings in the money. But once you get the money, you have to do something with it, and that's where all the all the disorganization comes in.
Oh, okay. What do you think about them hitting her business and her at the same time? Does that mean that even though the business I guess is supposed to be owned by her and her husband, does that make her husband liable only for the 500,000 or is he liable also for the 3.8?
Yeah, he's not liable for anything. He's not a party to the lawsuit. The only people that were party to the final once the judgment came down was Tasha K and then the business, right? So he's not in it. He showed up every day. He supported her. I never spoke with him, but to me, he seemed like the perfect gentleman. Always well behaved and very supportive of her. So, but yeah, he's not on the hook for anything except to the extent that he's married to Tasha K. And if all of his $4 million go out, well, that's house money, right? So he's going to be hurt in that way indirectly, but none of this is directly coming out of out of his pocket.
So he could leave her tomorrow and then she'd just be the one stuck with the 3.8. I thought because he was like the president of Kibi Studios, he was kind of attached in that too, no?
Well, it's like how much money does the business have? Because the business is Tasha K. That's what you see a lot of times with these businesses where there's really no assets. As you're an excellent content creator yourself, an excellent YouTuber. How much money do you really have tied up into your YouTube business? You got a camera and a studio and some headphones and a mic,
Yeah.
right? It's not like you have $75,000 worth of equipment over there. And so the business really doesn't have a lot of assets from which to pay all of this money, which is why it's so important that Tasha K got put on the hook for so much of that as well.
Yeah.
Now, let me be fair. Tasha K's studio, it's nice, right?
But
I don't
isn't
know.
like the studio or whatever isn't like what she I wasn't so much thinking about like the equipment. I'm thinking about like the money that she brings in is tied to the business, right? Because if they've changed it into Kibi Studios, the checks are gonna say Kibi Studios, right?
Yeah, but what happens if she just stops under Kibi Studios and starts under, Tasha Studios? She forms Tasha Studios and starts filming under that.
Mhm.
And Kibi Studios now doesn't have any more money. If the business doesn't have any money, how's the business going to pay?
Yeah. I
These are just my random thoughts. I'm not a business attorney. So maybe these questions would be better answered by a business attorney, but me just knowing the very little bit that I know, usually in these types of operations where it's kind of a mom and pop type of thing, or you have one person who's the whole show, You see this a lot with maybe landscapers, you see this with painters, electricians. If I'm an electrician and I start a business and it's me going to house doing electrical work, if I'm the only worker, what's the business worth? Basically just my tools because it's me. And if I close down that business, what's the business have? There really no assets.
Right.
So I'm not sure what her assets are in the Kibi Studios. That's why the jury put so much of the debt on Tasha personally.
Oh, okay, so no matter what she tries to change Kibi Studios, she's mainly the one on the hook for it.
Hmm.
And she, according to the attorneys that was on your show, they were basically also saying that she isn't able to get out of this debt in a bankruptcy or discharge this debt. Can you tell the audience a little bit about that?
Yeah, that's a very important point. There was an attorney that came onto my show, a bankruptcy attorney, and he said that she could do it. But there was another bankruptcy attorney that came up after, excuse me, and she clarified. She was like, "No, there's no way she's going to be able to discharge this debt because it comes out of intentional and malicious acts." And then the first bankruptcy attorney came back and said, "No, no, she's right. She's right." So because none of this was accidental or by happenstance, because this was intentional and malicious, she can't get out of it.
Right. Yep. Is there any questions that you guys have in the chat for the lead attorney? We have him here, so we might as well, ask a couple questions. But in the meantime, if you're asking a question, put Q in front of it, and so that way I could look and tell that it's a question. But it looks like she's losing a lot of assets along with this as well. We see that she is losing sponsorships. She has been losing subscribers. And now the latest thing that appears to be gone is her Patreon.
Oh, really? I
Her
didn't hear about
Patreon
that.
is gone. So if you search Tasha K's Patreon that she has linked, there's no Patreon found. I guess I could pull it up while we're on live. And even on her newest video, you know how in the description box she normally has like, everything that she wants you to go click on. She doesn't even have it in there anymore. The only way that you can
Wow.
find her Patreon is if you go to her about me section, and I guess she hasn't edited that part out yet. But the Patreon is no longer pulling up. So my question is, did Patreon boot her off of the thing, or is there a way in Patreon for you to just make your account private from being searched?
Probably. I have a Patreon. I show my numbers. I think I have 340 Patreon members, and it's giving me about 7,000 a month. So 7 times 12, what is that? Like 82,000 or something like that. If I wanted to unpublish it all, I think I could. I don't know if I could boot everybody out without refunding their money, but I'm sure she can unpublish her account.
Okay, so this is her page right here. Her Unwind with Tasha K. And she has all of her links here. And so this is the link to her Patreon. And when you try to go to her Patreon, this is um what shows now, and it says this patron isn't supporting any creators at the moment. So the link doesn't work, and if you try to type in unwind with Tasha K, nothing comes up. There's no creators found matching unwind with Tasha K. Or if you just type in Tasha K, there's this person, but she doesn't show up, and it appears that her Patreon is now gone.
Interesting. I will say this though.
Oh, wait, I wasn't sharing the screen when I was showing you guys. Hold on, wait. Hold on. Let me stop sharing this and start sharing. Okay, so here's Patreon. So let me hit the back button. Okay, so this is what shows up when you click the link to her Patreon, where it shows that there is no patron supporting this creator at the moment. Um, and then if you type in her name, Unwind with Tasha K, right here. It says no creators found matching this criteria. And then if you type Tasha K, just these people come up and she's not listed at all.
Wow. How many patrons did she have? Did it show it?
I'm not sure. I didn't see her Patreon before.
Mm. Yeah, here's the thing though. The biggest criticism, and I have Patreon, I've had it for 5 months or something like that. Guys, if you're YouTubers, start a Patreon. I lost so much money by not starting that thing. It's so it's a way to get some money, to be honest.
I
Um,
need to start me a Patreon. I don't know what I've been waiting on. I don't
how
have
long
it.
how long have you been on YouTube?
Think this is going on 5 years.
You've been on 5 years and you don't have a Patreon.
No, because I always think like
Nick, you need to join my course, man. I don't know what you're doing. So
I'm not paying for your course. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
listen, that's short-term thinking though. Guys, listen, I
I'm
teach you
not
how to make
doing
money.
it. I feel like
Listen,
course, I don't know.
I'm probably this month, I'm probably gonna get like $110,000 this month from YouTube
But
from
that's you
everything.
though. But that's you. The thing
Nick,
about
I got 100,000 subscribers, man. And you've been on here so long, like you should be killing it. You just got to
yes,
know how to
but it's
do
the
it.
difference with you versus other content creators.
No, I ain't talking
Everybody
about other content creators. I'm
no,
talking
but
about
I'm saying
you.
okay, but
You are talented.
what I'm saying is the CPM rates for yours versus the CPM rates for a gossip channel is gonna be totally different.
That's
Also, the
true.
audience is gonna be totally different. You over on your page, you got girls ready to throw their panties through the super chat, okay?
Panties.
I
There
be
you
seeing
go.
the comments, they be trying to throw their panties over the super chat. So, I mean, it's just different, and then on top of that, you had, like, big cosigns from, like, big YouTubers. I ain't never got no cosign from no goddamn
But listen, you got so many subs. Like, you got so much experience. I think your studio is absolutely beautiful. I've seen
body.
a lot of studios. People join my Patreon when they want to when they want to learn how to do YouTube. So I do channel reviews and I look at their channel, and most of their studios are trash. When I saw your studio, I was like, man, that's so awesome and so creative.
Thank
I thought it was super creative studio. You could be making a lot of money. You just gotta. Most people who've been on 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, they just don't know what to do, right? And it's so funny, Nick. You could easily be making 30, 40, 50, $60,000 a month, but you're like, no, I don't want to spend $350. And
oh my
that's
god.
our
Listen
listen,
carefully to
that's
turn
our thinking.
off.
That's black person's thinking. Oh, I don't want to make 50,000 a month because I don't want to spend $300. It's
No,
like, come
that's not it.
on, Nick. Come
No, that's not
on.
it. First of all, you said on your page, you said that I don't teach you how to do posts. I teach you how to just stream live. Now, a lot of people they are not able to hold an audience on live, no
You
matter
talking
what
about a lot of
type
people, Nick. I'm talking about you. I'm
of okay,
talking about you. Don't you live stream?
I'm not about to play with the lead attorney tonight, y'all. I'm not about to play with him tonight because
Guys, listen, start a GoFundMe for Neek's course. It's $350. She don't
but
want to
then
pay the
you're not
three.
even one-on-one with the people. You just giving them a freaking catalog or whatever.
Neek, listen, my one-on-ones, they cost $350. You can set them up on my website. For an hour, it's $350. Do you know how long my course is? It's 15 hours, Neek.
I'm not about to
15 hours. All right, listen, don't pay the $350, but then when you're looking for these big YouTube checks, you know where they at. Who
I got
knows?
5 on it, Neek.
All right, shout out to y'all help your girl Neek out, man. Y'all show
He
us some
over here
love.
selling, he over here selling people on a dream child, okay?
Oh.
He over here selling y'all on a dream now, child. He over here selling
How is it a dream if I'm doing it, guys?
because your
I
channel is not, okay. Your
I showed
channel.
my analytics. It's not
Okay,
just me talking,
okay,
guys.
first
I
of all,
showed it.
you showed your analytics of December. Now we all
No, no,
know.
no, 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 no. I
We
showed
all
them when no, I showed them when I had 10,000 subscribers. I showed them when I had 25,000 subscribers. When I had 25,000 subscribers, I was making 10 grand a month. I showed it. I showed it when I had 50,000 subscribers. That was 20 grand a month. And I showed it when I had 100,000 subscribers. That was
But how
51.
consistent was it though? Because we could get a good check, but was it consistent?
Neek, it's not me cherry picking because I said I was going to show my subscribers at 10, which I did, 25, which I did, 50, which I did, and 100, which I did. That's not cherry picking. I laid this plan out a year ago. 10, 25, 50, and 100. Where did I get this, by the way? From white folks. Shout out to Tasha K. They do this a lot on the white folks side of YouTube. I was like, why aren't black people? Why is all black people always hiding our numbers? We don't like to talk about money. That's why we ain't got shit, right? Why don't we talk about this? Why don't we tell how much we're making as YouTubers so other people can come in? You can't say I cherry pick my numbers, Neek, when I said I was going to do it at 10, 25, 50, and 100, and I did it at 10, 25, 50, and
I mean, I'm
100.
not necessarily saying that you cherry pick the numbers. I'm just saying I don't know. I'm just
Exactly.
I'm
Exactly. You don't know. Exactly.
I'm just saying
Listen,
I'm
and you should give me some credit because you know that on the black side of YouTube, we don't really show our analytics like that.
right. You
You
right
know
about
that
that.
for you know that for a fact.
But you showing your analytics is gonna help you get paid.
Well, I got why is it that only it's all black folks like, oh, you need to help everybody for free. Like let
No, I'm not saying help them for free. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's a
so I'm gonna get
benefit. It's
paid.
a
I'm gonna get
benefit to you showing it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's
Neek,
nothing wrong with getting paid.
What was the benefit of me showing my analytics when I had 10,000 subscribers? I want to
That
hear it.
later in life that you got.
Okay. Later in life. Later in life.
You
What state?
smart. You've been setting this up. Come
Oh,
on.
it was the long game, huh? I was setting up
It's
the
a long game. Yes.
what state are you in, Nick?
I'm in Cali.
Cali, damn, that's a long way away. That's a long way. Did you grow up there?
Yeah. Born and
What
raised.
part of Cali?
I'm an hour outside of Los Angeles.
You don't ever think about moving? Everybody's moving out of that damn state. Taxes and all this, your government's all trash. You ever thought
Um,
about coming to Atlanta? All the YouTubers are in Atlanta. Did you know that? We got a
I don't
gang of
know
them.
about all of them.
Tasha K,
I don't
your
want to
boy
be next
Kevin
to her.
Samuels,
I don't want to be next to him.
AMS. You might not know who
I
AMS
don't
is.
know
The
strategy.
Star Report.
Oh, the star is cool.
Everybody is down here in Atlanta.
But you said it like they're collaborating YouTubers. They don't collab.
We
So
can. We're right here. We all in the same city. Your boy Tommy Sotomayor. You like Tommy?
no,
You should think about moving over here.
no.
You over
All
there in
the
Cali?
YouTubers is coming to Cali. What do you mean?
No one is coming. Everybody from Cali is moving to Texas and is moving to Vegas.
To Vegas and LA. A lot of YouTubers are coming to LA. Do you ever come to LA?
Like coming to LA, not to live.
No, to visit.
I've never been to LA. The furthest I play a lot of poker, at least I used to. So the furthest I've been is Vegas. I
Well,
did. Get,
you should come to LA.
so you live in LA?
I live an hour from LA.
What's the name of the place that you live? And I don't want to die. We'll talk about that
I
later.
ain't trying to tell these folks my business.
Yeah. So your girl Tasha K, man, she in trouble, but she know how to make that money on YouTube. I think she got this 4 million. I really do. Oh, well, let me say this: she's gonna appeal, and then she might appeal again. So she's at least gonna get a year and a half. If she keeps going on YouTube and she has made no indication of stopping, she can get that money up. Hopefully she got some savings. She might have to sell some stuff. She can get 4 million.
I mean, she said that she got it. So she got it. I believe that she got it. She said she got it. So she don't need to appeal. She just need to write the check and give them the money. She said she got it.
I don't know if she got it like that. She gonna have it in a year, but I don't know.
That's what she said. She said she got it. She said, I got the money. I got it. Ask you guys questions again. I did not see the questions, and it's gonna be hard for me to scroll up because I was laughing at the lead attorney in this damn course, child. Hold on, let me see if I can find.
$350. I swear, black folks, man. I ain't even gonna hold it against you,
I'm
Nick.
black, black,
Listen.
black, black, black. I'm skeptical. I I done grew up in these streets. I be looking.
Oh my God.
I be skeptical of some things, child. I be
That's
thinking
why I show
everything.
my analytics, because sometimes you got to see it to believe it.
I be thinking everything is a scam.
That's
Hold
why
on,
we
let me.
can't get nowhere.
Hold up, wait, let me see if there is any questions. Question was lead 101 closing. Wait, was the one-on-one closing arguments because Tasha K lawyers was just done with her? Oh, the 1 minute, 1 second, I
Oh
think.
my God, that was for real. That's a great question. Shout out to Nettie. Lee, was the one-on-one argument because Tasha is again, I'm not even gonna put that on Tasha K. I have had clients that I'm done. I've hated some of you. Sometimes it's one thing if your case, if Neek, if you come in and your case lasts 3 months, it's another thing if you come in and your case ends up taking 2.5 years. It can almost kind of be like you and I are in this type of weird relationship where we can go through ups and downs, right? And there might be times I don't really like you, and to be honest, there might be times you don't really like me. A lot of times you're not going to like me. It's going to be once a month when my paralegal sends you that invoice. You ain't gonna like me,
Mhm.
right? But if you don't like me or I don't like you, I still have to do a great job. It's not like, oh, Nick pissed me off this morning, so the judge gave me 20 minutes to argue on her behalf why she shouldn't pay $1.5 million. I
Mhm.
got 20 minutes, but because Neek pissed me off in the parking lot this morning, I'm just going to talk for 1 minute and 1 second and sit my ass down. Like, you would never do that as an attorney. Even if I'm not liking you, I'm still going to fight as hard as I can for you, as zealously, as aggressive as I can for you.
Right. Um,
So, mhm.
somebody wanted to know because a lot of people have been saying that maybe if she had media liability, that would cover the debt for this. Are you aware of media liability, and do you know if that would be something that they would cover?
I am not aware of it. I doubt almost no insurance covers intentional acts.
Right.
Your
I
car
looked
and
it up and it said no, but
yeah, I don't think they would ever do that. No. No,
okay.
there ain't no insurance. She gonna have to stroke that check.
Unforgettable says, would lead represent Tasha in an appeal?
No, I don't do federal appellate work. What should have happened in this case? Let me tell you what I would have done if I was Olga. Strike that. Let me tell you what I would have done if Tasha K came to me. Tasha K came to me and said, "Lead, here's $50,000. I want you to represent me." I say, "Listen, Tasha, I have been practicing 20 years, but I only do high asset divorces or divorces in general. But my specialty is high asset divorces. That's all I do. Here's what I'm gonna do. You keep your money, all right, and you give me 48 hours, and I'm gonna get on the horn. I'm gonna get on the phone, and I'm gonna get you the best. I'm gonna get you three names. Let me get you three names. Out of those three names, those names are going to be the best defamation attorneys in town. Give me 48 hours. Uh, not all of them are going to be white. Not all of them are going to be Jewish,
Hopefully, we
right?
got her a black one up in there.
Exactly. And I say, you go and interview with these three attorneys, and you pick which one you like the best. All right. Tasha goes and she interviews with this top black woman attorney in town. Tasha hires her. Tasha pays her $50,000. All right, to start off. The woman calls me up, says, "Thank you so much, lead. I really appreciate it." I say, "No problem," and she cash apps me $5,000 for a referral fee. So I'm happy. Tasha's got the best representation in town. Tasha's happy, and the attorney's happy. That's how you handle a case. You stay in your lane. And that's what this lady did not do. That's what Olga didn't do. She just took the 40, 50 grand because she was hungry. That's why you don't want any hungry ass attorneys, because they'll do anything, they'll say anything. It's not like she said, oh, they're aggressive. It's not like she said, oh, they're so astute, right? They catch everything. No, they're hungry. The hell wants a hungry attorney,
Mhm.
right? Who wants a starving attorney? Not me. Imagine if you were under the knife, you had some gallbladder surgery. Do you want your surgeon to be starving? Oh, I want a starving surgeon. I mean, it doesn't even sound right. Why would you want
Yeah.
a starving attorney?
All right. Somebody said if she put at least 1 million in a trust and the interest over 3 years, she has the 4. Or will she have the 4, I guess is what they're asking.
Hell no. She ain't gonna have no. I mean, ain't nobody giving interest. That's the first thing. Second of all, I don't know if y'all have seen the market this last week. Your boy lost some money, man. Everybody lost some money this week. And so no, she'll probably have to submit it into the registry of the court, so she's not even entitled to the interest while it's waiting on appeal. They might be able to ask that she submit the $4 million to the court registry so that she doesn't get the benefit of the interest.
Somebody said, will they consider prosecuting her for perjury?
Maybe. Very rarely do perjury charges come up. Probably not, especially because she's a woman and women get more favorable treatment in our system, especially down here in Georgia. She is a big name though, and she lied her ass off. But very, very few cases where it's a civil case. Now, in criminal, it's a little different. Criminal, they take it more seriously. But just civil, when you're just talking about money damages, probably not.
Uh,
Although, if anybody has a chance for perjury charges, is this case is Tasha, but usually not.
somebody said, will her appeals be successful? Like, does she even have a chance?
Yes and no. She has a chance. They will be successful for the purpose in which they're used, which means they will be successful in delaying the inevitable. These appeals are just to delay. So, will she be successful in delaying? Yes. Will she be successful in overturning the jury's verdict? No.
All right. Somebody said, all right, I'm definitely taking the course. Wow. Y'all think I should send Lee?
No, no, don't ask now. No, no, listen,
Yeah.
listen. I
Y'all
have.
think I should send Lee a ad space fee?
Oh my God! Now you're trying to make money. This is why Tasha K doesn't mess with y'all. This is why she goes to the Jews. This is why Tasha K goes to the Jews.
Somebody said, why did you stop practicing law?
Oh, I'm old. Guys, I've been doing it for 20 years. And I don't know if you've ever been to court, the person, Kita. It's stressful, but it's stressful for you. All right. But imagine going to court every day for years and years and years. I mean, usually 20 years doing anything, painting, being a surgeon, being a soldier. You're done. I'm done. Plus,
All
I don't have
right.
any kids. I don't have a wife. Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to get all this stress for what? For money, fine. But then what am I supposed to do with the money? No kids, no wife. What am I supposed to do? It's not. It becomes a point
That
where it
should give
doesn't.
you an incentive to do more, I guess, because you ain't got nothing. You ain't got no that to do.
No, no, no. It's because I'm not hungry, right? If you're not hungry, like what? Like you're good. You've been very full. When you're full, Nick, you don't just keep eating. You're like, it's not worth it. I'm going home.
Yeah. Someone said, can she appeal based on the idea that the judge was biased? Can she claim a mistrial?
No, she's dead. I mean, her case is dead in the water. It's just a delay.
Okay. Someone said, did she do has it even been known if she really had the liability insurance or not?
I'm not aware.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so,
Um
but I'm not aware. She could. I don't know.
uh, okay, let me see if there's any more. Uh oh my god, you guys are too much in the chat, but thank you for the donation. Y'all are crazy.
Y'all better tell this woman. It's obvious she does not recognize a good thing when she sees it, like my course.
I'm skeptical.
But listen, let me salute you. I
I'm
mean, to
skeptical.
have 250,000 subs, Nick, that's awesome. That's
Thank you.
awesome. You know, I had 1,000 subscribers, and it's January. We're in January, right? Last January, I had 1,000. So this whole year of going from 1,000 to 100,000, it has been tough. So to get to 200,000, I can't even
So
imagine. Like,
now you got the recipe though, right?
listen, and I'm giving it to people, but they don't want it. They just want to keep doing the same thing
I'm
over
not
and
about to play with him in
over.
this course. Okay. Okay, somebody asked the same question again.
Look at this. Somebody just bought my course right now. As we speak, I don't know if Carrie is in the house. Carrie just bought my course. If Carrie's it, listen, people have been buying this. Let me do this right quick. I'm not going to share my screen, but let me look.
I'm
I
a
released this course yesterday, so it's been 24 hours. I have had 195 sales in 24 hours, right? For
You're an MLA
a
network marketing
50. Oh, look
up.
at MLA Day. You see what she did to your boy? That's how they do us.
He done
That's how they get
network market y'all up.
man, they get 200,000 subscribers and want to shine on the brothers. See, this is how they do it. This is how they do it. Do you have a man, Neek?
No, I'm single.
I wonder why. All right, I'm sorry to say.
I wonder why. Yeah, because I see through the BS, okay? I'm single because I see straight through the BS. I can see it straight through it, okay?
Listen, you got to give these black men a chance, man.
I
You
see
so skeptical
I
coming
see
in.
I
You
see the
listen.
BS,
You
child.
got
That's
you
why.
got some trauma in your past. I can feel it. I'm a 20-year divorce attorney. No one knows more about relationships and divorce and marriage than me. All right. I can see it. A beautiful woman like you and you're single, like there was something happened back there. We could talk about it. Like you don't have to live like this. All skeptical. Like you can be
I'm
free. Open,
skeptical.
Neek,
I
open
see
your
the
heart.
BS. No,
Open your heart. Don't
no.
be like this.
I
Good
see
black
straight
man talking to you and you all closed off. What is that about?
I see through the BS. Anyways, they said, "Do you feel the judge was biased?"
People saying stay skeptical. See, this is why we can't get nowhere as a people. Oh my God. Y'all are crazy in the chat. Um, no, I don't think the judge was biased. Judge William Ray is an excellent judge. But he calls it like he sees it, which is helpful. And he was trying to help Tasha, and Tasha didn't want to listen.
Do you think that the 4 million was worth the fame that she's getting?
Hell no. No, I don't know how she's getting money anyways. She didn't need it. That's the thing. She's getting money anyways. Look at the little money I'm getting. Right? And I don't have to talk about, the money's going to come in if you're on YouTube. You don't have to risk going to federal court.
Yeah. Somebody said, "Can you ask him about his upbringing? I've never heard about how he grew up, but he makes a lot of statements that are rude to Black people of lower income."
Who, me?
I'm guessing they talking about you. What
That's
comments?
not me. I'm helping people get out. I showed how much I'm making to help people get out of lower incomes. Now I'm talking bad about them.
Okay, so what can you share with us a little bit of your background? They want to know.
Yeah, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, born and raised here. Went to UGA for undergrad and law school, the University of Georgia, the same law school that Judge William Ray went to. He went there about 15 years before me, but we had some of the same professors. Tasha K, I don't know if your people know this, but Tasha K came at me. And some of the stuff that she was saying was that, she would never hire me for her case and this and that, which is fine, right?
Mhm.
But, she goes to these hungry, starving Jewish attorneys. And what got me upset, guys, this law school that I went to is a good law school. And let's say a graduating class is 200. Now, out of 200, how many Black people, how many people look like us? 6%. All right. So, what is 6% of 200? It's 12. Listen to what I'm telling you. Out of a graduating class at the University of Georgia, it's 12 Black people. The majority are sisters. I think when I graduated out of this law school, it was four brothers, four, including me. It's so hard to be a Black attorney coming from a good school and to do excellent work. And
Mm.
so when you support someone like Tasha K, and Tasha K gets in a jam where she has to pay somebody $50,000, who does she turn around and give the 50 grand to? Does she turn around and give it to the 50 grand to a Black woman who has a Black family, Black kids who can use that $50,000? Or does she turn around and hand that 50? Does she look past the people that look like her and give that 50 grand to some, her words, young, hungry Jewish person? And then for her to turn around and tell me that she repeated the ninth grade, but like she's smarter or better than me, it was, I laughed it off because whatever. But on another hand, it is extremely offensive,
Mm.
right? That you are going to look past all of these excellent Black attorneys in this city, the city in which you live, and go to starving Jewish people. Like you don't get me don't get me. I don't want to get down on race, but
Now they going into your dating life. They want to know why you single. What's the
yeah.
trauma? What's the trauma in your past? Why you?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I got out of a long-term relationship in the summer of last year. I was married. I was married for about 10 years. Divorced in 2000, mid, excuse me, divorced a few years ago. And I was in a long-term relationship after that, broke up in the summer. So
And Tasha K said that you date white women. Was this with the white woman?
no, and that's so interesting. I'm glad you brought that up too, because that's her introducing race. A lot of people actually thought that me and Tasha K know each other from the videos. Like I had never seen her before in my life before that trial. I Shout out to all the white women. I think there are some white women that are beautiful, Asians that are beautiful, Easter or Indians that are beautiful, blacks beautiful, Hispanics beautiful, whatever you want, Eskimos, whatever. All right. Just here in the South in Atlanta, it's a little bit more conservative, especially me. I'm in my mid 40s. So I've never dated a white woman, but fine. That's not a shot at them. Beautiful white women out there. But what she was saying, she was like, oh, I'm going to investigate all of the white women that lead is out here fucking. People are like, lead like that? She was like, oh, I'm going to investigate all these Asians that that lead is out here fucking. She was like, I know that lead wants to listen, not to get too crass. I want to respect your platform, but she was like, Lee wants to suck on my titties, but he can't because he's dating all these white women, and these white women have his ego blown up. These white women have his head blown up. She was like, I don't know why Black women go over to the Leeds channel. I don't know why they support him. I don't know why they give him views if he won't even let you put your thing on his shiny milk dud head. That bitch said. So the way she was talking, people were like, oh, they must know each other. I had never met this lady before in my life, and she was huge. You know how YouTube is. It's surprising that someone at the time she had like, let's say 950,000 subscribers. Neek, you can tell your people that it's surprising that someone with 950,000 subscribers responds to someone who has 50,000. You
Mhm.
really don't see that, do you?
They
Like,
said that you're deflecting from the question.
no, I specifically answered the question. Your people are not good at hearing because I answered at the very beginning. Your question was, do I date white women? And I said that at the very beginning. Your people need some listening retention skills. I said that at the very beginning, guys.
You see, they
Kay,
said you're deflecting.
Kay, listen, Kay, here's what I want you to do, Kay. I want you to rewind and then I want you to apologize. Can you do that, Kay? If you rewind this and see if I answered it at the very beginning, and then you apologize after you
Well, I guess
rewind.
they want to specifically know if she was black. I guess that's what they want to hear.
No, that was not your question.
No, that's what they want to hear. They want to
No,
know.
wait, no. See, and this is another thing. We move all around. I want my apology.
Kay said, I will not.
Right? See, this is why we can't come together as a people. Now listen, now we getting off track, right? Next y'all gonna be asking for my damn shoe size and all this shit. Listen,
I
guys.
just want to know if
No, we're done. We're done. Y'all. I
she
can't
was
even.
black.
I can't get it. If I can't get an apology, I'm not saying anything
Kay
else.
apologize so that we can get the next answer.
No. I listen.
Kay,
No, we are not doing
Kay's
this.
gonna give an apology right now in the chat. We're gonna put it up there because they want to know if she was black.
Kay is not apologizing. I'm gonna wait for my day of apology. Listen, it's an hour already. I'm over here dying. But listen, thank you so much because we gone on for an hour, so I'm gonna get out of here.
Oh, now he's running. He's running, guys.
Ain't nobody running. I'm gonna wait for you to buy my course and I'm gonna come back. We got some unfinished business. I'm gonna hit you up in the DMs after this. But listen, y'all keep talking.
They said they want to know. Okay, can you tell us was she black?
No, I'm not saying anything now. If I don't get apology, y'all don't listen. You don't get to do this. You do not get to beat up on black men, not apologize and get more answers. That is not how this works at all. No, she did not apologize. What does Abel say? Abel says, I blame Kay. Shout out to Abel. Abel is exactly right. All right, listen, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming out.
No, wait.
No, listen. I buy my course. But listen, you my home girl. Listen, we've been here we've been on for an hour, Nick. We've been on for an hour, so I gotta go. I gotta go. But listen, thank you so much. Y'all can blame Kay for this. Blame Kay and her bullshit. All right, but listen.
He said
thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nick. I gotta go. All right, but listen, y'all keep going, and I'm gonna be in the chat. Maybe if I see my apology, I'm gonna answer a question. All right, but y'all keep going. Thank you so much, Nick. Hopefully this isn't the last time. But no, she did it. But y'all gotta get your stuff together. Blame Kay for this, guys. All right, y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.
All right, y'all. So that was the lead attorney. We're gonna move on with the show.